Good evening to all pro wrestling fans from all around the world of all shapes and sizes. Welcome to another live pro wrestling talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I am your host, your MC for this episode, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. It is Tuesday night, October 14th of 2025. Almost about to be midnight. Hope everybody's week is off to a good start. Hope everybody's doing well. Got quite a bit to talk about in tonight's episode. So, first off, I'm going to give my reviews of both TNA Bound For Glory 2025, as well as New Japan Pro Wrestling's King of Pro Wrestling 2025 as well. And then I'm going to talk about the confirmed and revealed teams, 12 teams, for this year's Super Junior Tag League. And I got to keep it a buck. You know what? I'll wait until I'll get to that point. I'll wait till I get to that point and just kind of want to build it up a little bit. High Score Run, welcome to the stream. I see you. What's good? What's good? But also rocking my new Mi Vida Loca shirt for this episode. Just came in not too long ago, like only a couple of days ago. So, you know, representing Mi Vida Loca. Shout out to Suzu Suzuki, Bozilla, Izuki Aoki, Akira Kuragane, and Rina Yamashita. So, I actually got a chance to meet Suzu Suzuki while I was in Vegas, and I actually got to meet Rina Yamashita last year in Philly. So, pretty cool there. And I got to meet Izuki Aoki while I was in Japan. So, I've met 3. Haven't met every member, but met 3. So, not bad. That's sweet. Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Glenn, welcome to the stream. Suzu named her faction after a Pam Tillis song. Who'da thunk it? No, she named it after her tattoo. It was her tattoo. It was her tattoo. Well, not on this arm, but on the other arm. She named it. It's the same name that's on her that's tattooed on her arm, bro. She talking about Pam Tillis. Anyway, let's get started. TNA Bound For Glory 2025 pretty much is supposed to be TNA's WrestleMania, I guess you could say. Although some might argue that it's more so Slammiversary, but to each their own. Bound For Glory was this past Sunday, October 12th. This was at the Sangha Center in Lowell, Massachusetts. This show is alright for the most part. They did technically have a match that was apparently pre-recorded and deemed for the pre-show. Or actually, no, this wasn't pre-recorded. This was live. I thought it was pre-recorded, but no, this was actually live. Had one pre-show match. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me get my graphics out and ready. And we will jump right into it. Okay, let's get started. The one pre-show match we had. We had the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championships, the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championships, on the line as the champs of the IInspiration, made up of Cassie Lee and Jessie McKay, defended against former champions Heather by Elegance and M by Elegance, the Elegance brand. Match was short. It was only 5 minutes long. Nothing really special, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, it was nothing really special. Match was meh. But it was a quick pre-show match. That's all I can say. It was a quick pre-show match. And really nothing special. Like I said, it was 5 minutes. But Cassie got the pin for her team, pinning M by Elegance after both her and Jessie hit the Idolizer, which is apparently their double team finisher. So they hit the Idolizer on M, and then the pin 1, 2, 3. The Inspiration, still your TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champions. Pretty much won them off the Elegance brand, then defended them against the Elegance brand in the pre-show. So, wham, bam, thank you, man. Simple and straight to the point. Okay, now let's get into the main card. Oh, but before I do, once again, I want to give a shout out and a congratulations to Mickie James and to the beautiful people, which is Velvet Sky, Angelina Love, on being inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame. So, congratulations to them. Bloody Money, welcome to the stream. Have you seen TJPW news? The news about J-Rod? Yeah, they just confirmed J-Rod is going to compete at All Rise, and she will actually challenge for the Princess of Princess Championship against the winner between Miyu Watanabe and Yuki Aino at Additional Attack. So that should be really interesting. But yeah, first time that J-Rod will be heading over to Japan. So, hey, happy for her. Japan's awesome. Congrats to the new Hall of Famers. Yes, indeed. Well deserved for Mickie James. I've met Mickie James. Mickie James is really cool. And the beautiful people, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, which I thought was pretty cool, seeing them put the paper bag on Tommy Dreamer. So that was pretty cool. Two powerhouses. Oh yeah, J-Rod and Miyu Watanabe. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's go into the first match that kicked off the main card of Bound for Glory. Okay, we had the TNA International Championship on the line as the champion, Frankie Kazarian, defended against former champion Steve Maclin. Bulletproof Steve Maclin. Match was okay. I mean, this was another one of those that really wasn't anything special. It was just right at the 8-minute mark. Although it was pretty cool to see Steve Maclin entrance. You know, they did a little military color guard sort of thing, you know, considering, you know, Steve Maclin was in the military. But, I mean, overall, the match was alright. Wasn't really anything special. But Steve Maclin was able to win back the TNA International Championship as he was able to put away Frankie Kazarian with the KIA, then pin him for the 1, 2, 3. To be honest with y'all, I really don't understand what the whole significance of this international title is supposed to be. Like, I mean, the title's not that old, and it's just, I don't know. Like, I believe the title debuted in April or something like that, but just already Steve Maclin is a 2-time champ, you know. So I really don't understand what the heck they're trying to do with this title. I mean, it it just feels like a meh title. Like it's just there, just to be there. You know what I mean? Like, this title doesn't make any sense. Let's just keep it real. This title doesn't make any sense. And already Steve Maclin is a 2-time champ. Him and Frankie Kazarian are the only champs. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous and it's pointless, if you ask me. But the title is there. I don't know why it's there, but it's there. Glenn says, maybe they were thinking of putting the International Championship match in the pre-show. Honestly, it wouldn't have mattered. Because, I mean, it's a pointless title. It's a pointless title. Let's just keep it real. It's a pointless title. But it's there. For reasons I have no idea. Alright. Let's go to our next match. Here we go. Okay. We had a singles match between Tessa Blanchard and Gia Miller. Match was... match really wasn't good. Match wasn't that good. Match wasn't that good. It was about 16 minutes, 17 seconds. The finish was lame. I mean, Gia had Tessa kind of like in a powerbomb position off the turnbuckle, was going to drop her. And then the ref was distracted. And Tessa Blanchard pulled out a bag of quarters. A little bag of quarters and just decked Gia Miller with those quarters and then pinned her for the 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Like, it was a trash finish. And honestly, the match was terrible. Just, I don't know. It's not really a great way to start Bound for Glory off. Let's just keep it real. Bloody Money says TNA International title is trying to compare the NXT North American title and WWE US and IC titles. Well, they're doing a bad job. We're doing a bad job. I mean, think about it. The title is barely a few months old, and it already has Steve Maclin as a 2-time champ. Like, that's kind of sad. So, Tessa, we're coming for you. Does Tessa Blanchard need to win the Knockouts title just to generate heat? I mean, honestly, let's just keep it real. It doesn't matter what she does. Folks are going to hate her. Whether she does this or that, makes amends or whatnot, folks are going to hate her anyway. Let's just keep it real, y'all. She could literally make amends to everybody and folks are still gonna hate her guts. Like, at this point, there's nothing that she could do to, change anybody's minds or anything like that. I mean, it is what it is, but at this point, it doesn't even matter. Glenn says, I remember when it seemed like Tessa was incapable of having a bad match. I guess it just depended on the matchup and what was going on, really. I think she's a good wrestler, that's really it. But, honestly, she could do whatever and folks are going to hate her anyway. So, at this point, I don't even think her generating more heat is even possible. Because she's pretty much at Inferno level. I mean, it is what it is, but we got to keep it real. She's pretty much at Inferno level. I don't think she can get any higher than that. Okay. Let's go to the next match. Here we go. The next match was the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match. And I'm going to tell you right now, I hate these type of matches. I cannot stand these type of matches. These matches are freaking ridiculous. Overall lasted just under 31 minutes. Specifically 30 minutes, 53 seconds. But we all know that Ying was the number one entrant, and the one that sealed the 20th spot was Mance Warner. So at least we knew that from the jump before this match even started. But let me go ahead and let y'all know the order of appearance. So Ying was first, then Sade, then Ryan Nemeth, then Nick Nemeth, then Cedric Alexander, then Rich Swann, then AJ Francis, then Travis Williams, then BDE, Trey Miguel, Zachary Wentz, Myron Reed, Dani Luna, Eric Young, Jake Something, Rosemary, Hometown Man, Zack Clayton, Frankie Kazarian. Originally was supposed to be Jody Threat, but I'll get into why that's not the case. Santino Marella, Matt Cardona, and Mance Warner was last. Bloody Money says, the Call Your Shot finish is trying to replicate the 1994 Royal Rumble finish. Wait, what do you mean specifically the 1994 Royal Rumble finish? You do know that finish has happened multiple times where somebody that really wasn't eliminated came back in at the last moment to get, the final elimination sort of scenario. Like, as far as that's concerned, the only thing that was different, which was incredibly dumb, was the double pinfall. Which, yeah, I'll get to that in a moment, but let me go through the order of eliminations. Glenn says, I really thought old Manser was going to be the face of MLW after Hammerstone left. Frankie Kazarian worked twice in one day. He's a regular workhorse. I mean, that's cool and all, but that's not the first time a wrestler has done 2 matches in a day. That's cool and all, but it's been done before. Let's see. So, order of eliminations. So, unfortunately, Sade got eliminated first. AJ Francis eliminated her. Then he eliminated Ying. Then he eliminated Rich Swann. So 3 straight eliminations for AJ Francis. Then both BDE and the Rascals together eliminated AJ Francis. Then Eric Young eliminated Travis Williams. And then Eric Young eliminated BDE, so he got 2 back-to-back eliminations. Cedric Alexander eliminated Trey Miguel. And then, right afterwards, Eric Young eliminated Cedric Alexander. Then the Hometown Man eliminates Jake Something. Then Dani Luna eliminated Rosemary. And then the Hometown Man eliminated Dani Luna. So that was pretty quick. Now, Jody Threat was originally supposed to be in this match, but she got taken out by Frankie Kazarian and therefore could not do the match. Kazarian was her replacement. Dumb that they did that, but it is what it is. Nick Nemeth eliminated Santino Marella, lightning quick. Matt Cardona eliminated Zack Clayton. And then the Nemeth eliminated the Rascals, just, the remaining of the Rascals, which was not Trey Miguel, Zachary Wentz, Myron Reed. Then Eric Young eliminates the hometown man. But then Matt Cardona eliminated Eric Young and Mance Warner. And then Nick Nemeth eliminated his brother, Ryan Nemeth. And then Mance Warner eliminated Matt Cardona. So, the final two, it came down to, supposedly the final two, came down to Nick Nemeth and Frankie Kazarian. And I say that because it seemed like Nick Nemeth had the victory, but Kazarian comes in, confirms that he was never eliminated. He was never eliminated. So, Nick Nemeth, Frankie Kazarian, the last part of this turned into pretty much a singles match, win by pinfall submission. Glenn says, Rich Swann is wrestling at Samhain, challenging Brian Idol for the television championship. Not familiar with who that is. I know Rich Swann is, but Brian Idol, no idea who that is. But opportunity for Rich Swann. Doesn't Santino Marella also hold the record for quickest elimination from the Royal Rumble? I think so. I think so. I think so. I think he does still hold that. Anyways, it was already dumb enough. It was already dumb enough that we had an elimination that Mance Warner did after he got eliminated. Which, this is another reason why I hate these type of matches. I'm sorry, but if you get eliminated and then you eliminate somebody else that's still in the match, it should not count. It shouldn't count. They need to make that a rule. They need to make that a rule. Because that's just, it's dumb. It's so dumb. Anyway. Went back and forth for a bit. And then both pretty much went small package. But both shoulders were down. And both refs counted 3. Which resulted in a double pin. So I guess that's really the part that may compare to the 94 Royal Rumble finish. But such a stupid ending. Really, really stupid ending considering what you get. So both Nick Nemeth and Frankie Kazarian can call their shots. Like at any point in time for any title within a year. Which is pretty much equivalent to a Money in the Bank cash-in. So freaking stupid. So stupid. This match was garbage. And everything that happened as a result, garbage. Anyway. Let's go to the next match. Let me get the graphic for this. Here we go. Alright, we had the TNA Knockouts World Championship on the line as the champion, Kelani Jordan, defended against impressive Indy Hartwell. I mean, I guess this was one of the better matches, but doesn't really say a lot. But they got a decent amount of time. 12 and a half minutes, so at least that's a positive. But, I mean, would I say it's better than the previous matches? Yeah, but that's not saying a whole lot. Just saying. Just saying. But it was back and forth between both ladies. But it looked like for a moment Indy Hartwell was going to get the dub, hit the Hurts donut, but the pin was too close to the rope and Kelani was able to get her foot on the rope. But when it was all said and done, Kelani Jordan was able to defeat Indy Hartwell. She hit the one-of-a-kind split-legged moonsault. 1, 2, 3, Kelani Jordan, still your TNA Knockouts World Champion. Great sign of sportsmanship afterwards as well. Glenn says, I remember the first time I saw someone eliminated from a battle royal eliminate an active participant. It was William the Refrigerator Perry. Oh, the Chicago Bear. Eliminating Big John Studd years ago. Yeah, I hate that. I really, really hate that's happened, so many times with these type of matches. Glenn says I was rooting for Indy. I like Indy. She'll be at WrestleCade in November, so I'm actually looking forward to meeting her. Ricardo, welcome to the stream. What's happening? King of Pro Wrestling was a fun show from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah, that'll be the second part coming up after this review. It was good, but there were some weird moments. John Elite, welcome to the stream. You had Indy winning as well. Yeah, would have been nice, but came up short. But at least it was one of the better matches versus the previous ones before that. Okay, let's go to the next match. And at least this one, now the card started to get better with this. Alright, we had the hardcore war of the System versus Order 4. Representing Order 4, you had Mustafa Ali, Tasha Steele, Special Agent Zero, Jason Hotch, and John Schuyler. Representing the System, you had Moose, JDC, Brian Myers, Alicia Edwards, and Eddie Edwards. Now, this was a solid match. Just over 19 and a half minutes, almost 20 minutes. But they pretty much kind of treated this almost like a war games without the cage. But Order 4 had the advantage, so they got the extra member in for the 2-on-1 advantage first. But the order of appearance, so Jason Hotch and Eddie Edwards were the two to start this match off. And of course, you can't get a victory until all members of both teams are in. So pretty much kind of like war games. But Jason Hotch, Eddie Edwards were the first two. Then John Schuyler came out. Then JDC. Then Tasha Steeles. Then Alicia Edwards. Then Special Agent Zero. Then Brian Myers. Then Mustafa Ali. And then last was Moose. So that was the order of appearance. And then, we saw all sorts of weapons used in this match, from tables to chairs to thumbtacks to barbed wire. I mean, John Schuyler, he got busted open badly. I mean, he got jacked up. We had kendo sticks. So, I mean, it was definitely a hardcore war, for sure. And overall, it was a very entertaining match. Definitely back and forth between these two factions. Man, that was quite a landing Mustafa Ali took. Hitting the missing the 450 splash and landing on a bunch of those thumbtacks. Man, that was sick. That was ridiculously sick. But also like the spear Moose did with the chain wrapped around him. I thought that was pretty innovative. But the big finish came down to Eddie Edwards putting away Mustafa Ali, hitting a Boston knee party with a piece of barbed wire wrapped around his leg. Pretty innovative. But solid match. But he got the pin, the 1, 2, 3 after that. The System are your winners of the hardcore war. So, happy for them. Bloody Money says, the way Agent Zero double chokeslam Alicia Edwards through the thumbtacks. Yes, that was a pretty insane spot. Ricardo says, just saw the teams for the Super Junior Tag League and scratching my head over 2 of those teams. Bro, to be honest, the lineup is weak. The lineup for this year is weak. Very, very weak. And, you know, I'll get into that in a little bit. But, yeah, that lineup was weak. But Hardcore War was fun. That was good. That was good. Alrighty. Let's go to our next match. Oh, yes. We had the TNA X Division Championship on the line. As the champion, Leon Slater defended against the young OG from NXT, Javon Evans. Glenn says, did anyone think that the TNA stalwarts were going to lose the war? Are you talking about with that match in particular, or just in general as far as between TNA and NXT? This match had Match of the Year candidate written all over it until the finish. The finish completely wiped it away. Completely wiped it away. It's sad. Really, really sad. Seeing these two impressively just athletic, agile, high flyers really just going at it. Glenn said, I meant that match in particular. I mean, honestly, bro, it could have gone either way. I mean, both of those factions are pretty strong. I mean, Order 4 has been a thing for quite a bit. They had just as much of a chance as the System. I mean, they're pretty much the two main factions of the promotion. Could have gone either way. Ricardo says, would love to see a best of series between Slater and Evans. We might be getting that. Especially with how this finish went, we might get that. Let's see. So the match lasted 21 minutes, 43 seconds. So it had a good amount of time. And these two were just back and forth. Counter after counter. Anti-air after anti-air. High-flying move after high-flying move. I mean, these two went at it. Respectfully, but they went at it. And, you know, of course, I've seen both these guys live before. I mean, they are phenomenal. I mean, Javon Evans is from Greensboro, North Carolina. I mean, it's my home state. But definitely this was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And like I said, had Match of the Year candidate written all over it. So it originally ended in a time limit draw, so to speak. And Santino Marella came out and was like, 5 more minutes, restart the match, 5 more minutes. And then all that just dashed away because Dark State ended up interfering and taking out both competitors. And therefore, that match ended up being a waste and is no longer a Match of the Year candidate for me. Just dashed that hope away with that stupid finish. John Lee says, I hate Dark State. I hate that Dark State had to interfere during the match. Me too. I thought it was dumb. Bloody Money says, the X Division match at Bound For Glory is a banger. The finish is trash, AF, but Tuesday on NXT, Leon Slater will defend the X Division title against Javon Evans in a rematch, which is good. It's good that they're gonna do that, but don't be surprised if Dark State interferes again. Like, especially if it's gonna be on NXT, don't be surprised if Dark State interferes again. But hopefully not, but we'll see. We will see. Okay, let's go to our next match. John Leach says, definitely match of the night till the ending. Agreed. Alrighty. We had one final tables match for the TNA and NXT Tag Team Championships. For one last time, the champions, the Hardys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, versus Team 3D, aka the Dudley Boys, Bully Ray, or Bubba Ray, whichever one you want to call him, and Devon. Now, of course, with this match, both competitors of either team have to be put through the table in order to get the win. Whether it's separately or together, it doesn't matter. This match lasted 15 minutes, 41 seconds. It probably could have been a little bit longer, but we have to also keep in mind that these are two teams that are very well up in age, and like I said, I really feel like this match was a thing to help boost the card. Overall, decent match. I mean, we got this match one last time, and I felt like they made it count. For the most part. We got to see some familiar spots. And, of course, with the 3D, the what's up, the Jeff Hardy Swanton off the ladder. I mean, the usual. But Jeff Hardy got put through a table first. Team 3D hit the 3D on Jeff Hardy through a table. So that's one for Team 3D. But then Jeff Hardy came right back and hit a Swanton bomb off the ladder onto Devon through a table. So it's 1-1. A hard-fought battle from Team 3D, but it turned out to not be enough, as Bully Ray, after taking a couple of chair shots, Devon's already down and out. Bully Ray taking some chair shots from both Matt and Jeff Hardy, stood up, had a table right behind him. Bully Ray pretty much knew it was it. It was a wrap. And he just stood there and let the Hardys do what they needed to do. And the last thing you could hear was Matt said, "I'm sorry." And then the Hardys hit a double Uranagi on Bully Ray through the final table, sealing the victory for the Hardys and retaining both TNA and NXT Tag Team Championships. Great sign of sportsmanship afterwards, helping Team 3D up, shaking hands, hugging, all of that. And then Team 3D, Bully Ray and Devon, took off their wrestling boots and handed them to Matt and Jeff Hardy, therefore signaling that Team 3D has officially retired. And thus ends one of the best tag team rivalries in existence of pro wrestling. Definitely is up there between the Hardys and Team 3D / the Dudleys. But just a great gesture there, them handing their boots to the Hardys. But yeah, Team 3D has officially retired. But overall, good final match for those two teams. And then the main event of Bound for Glory 2025. We had the TNA World Championship as Trick Williams defended against Mike Santana. Glenn says, is Bully Ray retired as a singles competitor as well? Yeah. Like, he took his boots off, bro. Yeah, he's retired. Like, there's no retiring as a tag team or retiring as a singles competitor. If you're retired, you're retired. Like, that's just that. Not to mention, he took his boots off and gave them to the Hardys. Yeah, he's retired. It's a wrap. Trick Williams, Mike Santana. Of course, Mike Santana had his daughter in the crowd watching in the front row, so that was pretty cool. Quite a back and forth match between these two competitors. Went a little over 16 minutes. Honestly, not too bad of a main event. But when it was all said and done, I'm so glad that the right move happened. And finally, even though this really should have happened way back at Slammiversary, but Mike Santana, it took a second spin the block to put away Trick Williams. And Trick Williams, he got in his offense as well. But Santana was able to put away Trick Williams after a second spin the block and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. And Mike Santana is your new TNA World Champion. But he wasn't quite done because both Nick Nemeth and Frankie Kazarian tried to call their shot. Nick Nemeth tried to first, but lights went off and a returning Elijah appeared and decked him with a guitar, taking out Nick Nemeth. So no call your shot for him. And then Frankie Kazarian tried to do the same thing afterwards, but Santana ends up dropping him with a spin the block. And just like that, Mike Santana escapes free and celebrates with his daughter, becoming the new TNA World Champion. So glad and happy for Mike Santana. Definitely earned this moment. And I hope he has a good run with it. And I think now that Trick Williams got this belt off of him, I think it's time to move Trick Williams to the main roster. Glenn says, I wasn't sure that Santana wouldn't just fade into obscurity after leaving. I'm glad it didn't happen. Me too. I like Mike Santana. And he shows that he can definitely be a good singles wrestler as well. So yeah. John Lee says, glad they finally put the title on Mike Santana. Me too. Well deserved. But to be honest, y'all, I gotta keep it real. Bound for Glory wasn't that good. Overall, Bound for Glory 2025 wasn't that good. Hate to say it, but it was so bad. Overall, it was so bad. So, it is what it is. But yeah, it was, oh my God. A lot of those matches were just flat out trash. But, oh well. It is what it is. Okay. Logan James, welcome to the stream. Says, hello, I wasn't expecting Konosuke Takeshita to beat Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP Championship, especially since Takeshita already beat Zack in the G1 Climax 2 months ago. What a shocking. I mean, I figured it was gonna happen. I figured it was gonna happen personally. I mean, the dude won the G1 Climax, so I mean, yeah. But we're about to get into that. It's good timing because we're about to get into that now. Okay, switching to New Japan Pro Wrestling's King of Pro Wrestling 2025, which took place the following day, October 13th, at the Ryogoku Kokikugan in Tokyo, Japan. Like I said, my favorite venue so far. But yeah, not to mention, oh, by the way, before I continue, one detail that I forgot to mention. Forgot to mention this detail. But one second. Let me see if I can pull it up. Because I actually want to share this. I want to share this detail. Oh, here we go. Something I failed to mention. Back to Bound for Glory for a second. Shout out to Chris Bay. Chris Bay came out and looks like he's making great progress. So hopefully Chris Bay will return to the ring, as soon as possible. But TNA set its new North American attendance record of 7,794 fans at the Sangha Center in Lowell, Massachusetts. While that is impressive, I kind of feel bad for those that attended that show because, like I said, that show was trash. I'm sorry, but that was trash. But kudos on setting the attendance record, but that was a trash Bound for Glory. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, where was I? Okay. King of Pro Wrestling 2025. Let's get back to that. Now that had an attendance of 5,372. So, not bad. Not bad for that show. But let's go ahead and jump into the card for this. All right. First off, we started with a championship match. This match was announced literally 4 days before this show happened. Let me get a swig of water. Okay. This match was literally announced 4 days before. We had the IWGP Women's Championship defended in the opening match as Sari defended against former champion Shuri. It came down to this rubber match. Because we got to remember, Shuri has a win over Sari. Sari has a win over Shuri. And they have a draw against each other. So this was really the match to kind of break the tie. The series tie. Match was pretty much about 15 minutes. So I know it's kind of a bummer considering their previous two matches were 30 plus minutes. But let's keep it real. Even though this had a 60-minute time limit, there was no way they were going to let both these ladies go 30 minutes or even 20 minutes. Let's just keep it real. They deserve to have 30, 20 minutes, but there was no way they were going to get that amount of time as the opening match. Let's just keep it real. But they made the best of it. It was intense. It was back and forth. Still a great match between both of these ladies that are two of the best in the world. Back and forth. Sari hit a handful of Uranagis. Shuri with an onslaught of offense, from buzzsaw kicks to submission attempts and all that jazz. But Shuri was able to eventually put away Sari, dropping her with the Suyu Sakai and then pinning her for the 1, 2, 3. And ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in history, Shuri is a 2-time IWGP Women's Champion. So she got the belt back at the King of Pro Wrestling in Ryogoku. Congratulations to her. Great sportsmanship after the match. But there you have it. Shuri has the belt back. She's now the first 2-time IWGP Women's Champion. Good match, but it doesn't compare to their previous 2 matches. Let's just keep it real. So, but title change already in the first match. Logan James says, I'm thinking Sari might return to face Chica Goto and Mari Gold. I think that's a good chance of that. With how they're kind of playing it up, I think there's a good chance of that. So, yeah, I would agree. Alrighty. Let's go to our next match. Alright, here we go. Alrighty. Next up, we pretty much had unaffiliated against Bullet Club War Dogs. Trios match. We had Shingo Takagi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Titan taking on Bullet Club War Dogs of David Finlay, Taiji Ishimori, and Clark Connors. Nothing too crazy special. I mean, a lot of offense from both teams. Was just under 8 minutes long, but nothing really special, to be honest with you. The action was cool, but David Finlay got the victory for Bullet Club War Dogs, hitting Teton with an overkill, then pinning him for the 3 count. David Finlay, Taiji Ishimori, Clark Connors, your winners. Pretty much straight to the point. Nothing crazy, nothing too special. Bloody Money says, who is Shuri going to defend her newly crowned IWGP Women's Championship? For Sari, I think she will go after Saya Kamitani. So, I posed this idea. I don't know when this might happen, but I do think it should happen. I want to plant a seed for y'all. Are y'all aware that Shuri and Ami Sourei have only faced each other twice in singles matches? Both of those matches were tournament matches. Shuri beat Ami Sourei in the 2022 Cinderella tournament. Ami Sourei beat Shuri in the block match in the 2023 5-Star Grand Prix. They are tied at 1-1 and have yet to have another singles match against each other. I think at some point, I think Ami should challenge Shuri for that IWGP Women's Championship. And let's have the rubber match. Think about it. These two have only faced each other twice. And they were both tournament matches. They haven't even faced each other in like a normal match outside of a tournament match. Twice. Only twice. I think they should fix that. Glenn says, I thought the S might stand for Sari for Gochika's opponent. It makes sense. It definitely makes sense. I have no idea who the M might be. Yeah, that one's gonna be much harder. Many were thinking that Rossi could swerve us and it'd be Maki Ito, which is an idea, but I'm not banking on it. Enigma, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. How you doing? But yes, I definitely think whether it's soon, later, next year, whatnot, I need Ami Sourei to step to Shuri and challenge her for that IWGP Women's Championship. I need it. I need it. Okay, let's go to the next match. Here we go. We had a Riot and Ryogoku match, which is pretty much hardcore rules, no disqualifications, no countouts, all that kind of jazz, between Drilla Maloney and Sanada. Oh yeah, doing good, Enigma. I'm going over and doing the review of King of Pro Wrestling 2025. Earlier I did Bound for Glory 2025, which Bound for Glory was trash, in my honest opinion. I see we pushing agendas. I love it. Oh yes, yeah. I'm riding that agenda until it happens. I'm gonna ride it like I'm riding into the sunset. Drilla Maloney Sanada. It was pretty action packed. I mean, Drilla Maloney got bloodied up badly. I mean, badly. But of course, there was interference. There were shenanigans, as expected. I mean, especially for this type of match where, there's no disqualification, no count out. Very action packed. We got to see a fork get used, and just there was a lot of interference, but it was expected. It was definitely expected. Love the finish. The match was a little over 13 and a half minutes, but I did love the finish. We had ourselves a guitar shot, Drilla Killa combo from Drilla Maloney to Sanada. And shout out to Clark Connors for the assist as well, stepping in for his tag partner. But Drilla Maloney, good guitar shot to the head of Sanada, and then planted him with a Drilla Killa, then pinning him for the 1-2-3. Drilla Maloney, your winner in the Riot and Ryogoku. And like I said, Drilla Maloney has really, since he's bumped up to the heavyweight class, he's really been on a roll. And like I said, he had a great showing in the G1 Climax. So keep an eye on Drilla Maloney. I'm telling y'all, this is somebody that could break out as a single star in New Japan. I truly believe so. I truly believe so. But we'll see what happens. But good stuff from Drilla Maloney. Logan James says, Saya Kamitani and Shuri at Wrestle Kingdom for the IWGP Women's Championship. Probably. And I'm guessing that's with the assumption that Saya drops the red belt and strong belts to Momo Watanabe, perhaps. But that's what I'm thinking. So I think there's a chance that could happen. Bloody Money says Drilla Maloney could challenge for any singles title. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Enigma says Drilla should challenge for the Never Openweight Championship. I'd be down. I'd totally be down. And while they're at it, I need to see him go up against Shingo Takagi. I need to see him go up against Shingo and get a big victory over Shingo. Enigma says, "Can we throw the strong belt in the bin?" I mean, I don't know. I guess we could. I wouldn't be mad at them if they did. Let's just put it that way. I wouldn't be mad at them if they did. Oh man. All right, next match. All right, more trios action. As we had the team of Yoshihashi and a returning Hirooki Goto, my man, as they took on TMDK's Ryohei Oiwa, Hartley Jackson, and Kosei Fujita. A good match and a great return for Hirooki Goto, former IWGP heavyweight champion. Match wasn't too long. It was just under 8 minutes, so right about that 7 minutes 55 seconds mark. But I mean, a decent amount of action for the most part, and I just look at it as, you know, Hirooki Goto getting back into the mix of things, getting back into the action, and pretty much this match did what it was supposed to do. You know, it wasn't anything special, wasn't any crazy spots or anything like that. This match did what it was supposed to do, to usher back in Hirooki Goto into action. And sure enough, Hirooki Goto got the finish, was able to pin Hartley Jackson. First, we had a Shoto, of course, from Yoshihashi and Hirooki Goto together as Bishamon. And then Hirooki Goto hits Hartley with the GTR, the Goto Revolution, one of the most devastating finishers. Pins him for the 1-2-3. Hirooki Goto picks up the victory for him, Yoshihashi, and Yo. So, welcome back, Hirooki Goto. Like I said, he's one of my favorites in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Love me some Hirooki Goto. I hope to meet him someday. I would love to meet him someday. Okay, let's go to our next match. Alrighty, we had the NJPW World Television Championship on the line. As the champion, El Phantasmo defended against Mr. Ace President, Hiroshi Tanahashi. This match was a lot of fun, and I have to say, some solid chemistry between ELP and Hiroshi Tanahashi. I really enjoyed this match from start to finish. I mean, Tanahashi, you know, can still go at it, but ELP really just unleashed fury on Mr. Ace President. This was definitely back and forth. We saw a good bit of high flying from ELP, but this match, I mean, these two have such excellent chemistry. ELP and Tanahashi, like, oh, I loved it. I loved it. Was only 15 minutes, but still a banger of a match. That resulted in a time limit draw. But definitely one of the best matches on the card. It definitely deserves to be in that picture. Excellent match. Yeah. But with the time limit draw, El Phantasmo still keeps the NJPW World Television Championship. Enigma says ELP versus Tanahashi was beautiful. Oh, I a million percent agree. Logan says, Julia versus Kairi Sane match canceled for the WWE Super Show. Maybe Mirai will challenge her for the U.S. Women's title. Just me saying it, but other fans are saying. I don't know about that. honestly can't see that happening. Like, just out of nowhere, WWE in her first match is a title match? Nah, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. Enigma says that match at the end made me sad because that means one less match from President Ace. True. That is true. But it won't be the last title shot that he has. That's for sure. Still got a couple of months left to enjoy Mr. Ace President. All right. And now things are about to turn into a big old nasty wet fart with this next match. Did this really have to happen? Like, seriously. The Never Openweight Championship on the line as the champion Boltin Oleg defended against Evil, the leader of House of Torture. I mean, what's there to really say? I mean, shenanigans over here, shenanigans over there, north, south, east, west. It was non-stop. This match was 11 minutes and 40 seconds of pure dookie water. Just, I mean, with Dick Togo being there and Don Fale and Yujiro and Kanemaru, just, it's freaking stupid. And even Doki. And man, I like Doki. But I hate that Doki is on House of Torture. Why is Doki on House of Torture? Ugh. Like, I still have not gotten over that. Because Doki had my favorite entrance from Wrestle Kingdom 19. I still haven't gotten over that. But anyway, I mean, there was loads and loads of shenanigans from House of Torture as usual. And it worked out in Evil's favor. Evil hits Boltin Oleg with an everything is evil, pins him for the 3. Evil, oh Jesus, I can't believe I'm saying this. Evil is now a 4-time never openweight champion. I can't even get my words out. And then Aaron Wolf shows up to fight off House of Torture. And now, apparently, the word is that Evil is supposed to be Aaron Wolf's opponent at Wrestle Kingdom 20. Oh, Lord. If that's really going to be his debut match, oh, Jesus. I feel for the dude. I really do. Blood Money says, oh, Enigma says skip. Normally I would, but you know, I gotta do the review legit. Blood Money says blame on Gato for the reason. Yeah. It's dumb. Aaron Wolf versus Evil confirmed for Wrestle Kingdom 20, but not for the Never Openweight Championship. Well, at least that's a positive, because, you know, he shouldn't get a title shot on his first match, but still, he's facing Evil. Just, oh God. Okay, let's go to the next match. Alrighty, we had the IWGP Tag Team Championships on the line as the champs, the Knockout Brothers of Bullet Club War Dogs, of Oscar and Yuto Ice, defending against the combo of Yuya Uemura and Shota Umino. This was a pretty solid match. I enjoyed it. Definitely hard hitting from both teams. Match went 14 minutes 40 seconds, but yeah, I thought it was pretty solid for what it was. Shota Umino and Yuya Uemura came really close. And, you know, a good, strong defense for the Knockout Brothers, and they were definitely able to capitalize. They put away Yuya Uemura with a KOB, then Yuto Ice with the 1-2-3 pin. Knockout Brothers, still your IWGP Tag Team Champions. A great performance from the Knockout Brothers. Oscar, Yuto Ice, they were young lions, but they have definitely evolved, and it's showing. High Score Run says, that was a great match. The young guys are doing well. I agree. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Yuto Ice and Oscar break the V0 curse for 1 year. This is true. This is true. All right, let's go to our next match. Alrighty, we had the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship on the line. As the champion, Gabe Kid War Ready defended against the man with the $1 million smile, Yota Tsuji. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this, and this might make some folks mad. I don't really care. But for a lot of the hate that Gabe Kid gets, this was a freaking awesome match. This was an awesome match between these two that have some good chemistry against each other. And this was even better than the last match that they had against each other. Definitely love the battle between these two. Of course, big Yota Tsuji fan. Hard hitting. Definitely hard hitting. And the fact that Yota Tsuji, for his size, can do the high-flying stuff that he does is insane. Enigma says, is he War Dog or is he Death Rider? I hope he doesn't have any more association with the Death Riders, but I'm not going to hold my breath. He says, I love this match, hated their Dominion match. Yeah, exactly. Like, compared to their Dominion match, this was like gold. This was gold. But hard hitting, back and forth, counter after counter. But yeah, it is insane, the high flying that Yota Tsuji's able to do. Because it's crazy, because the dude is what? 5'10", 5'11", like 5'11" or 6 feet tall? You know what? Let me get the actual numbers on Yota Tsuji. Let me get the actual numbers. So they say 5 feet 11 and a half inches. So pretty much you could say 6 feet tall. 227 pounds. It is crazy just how much of a high flyer this dude is. It's crazy. Like, speed, strength, agility. Yota Tsuji's the complete package. Like, for real. But that new beginning match, it was chills. Rock slaps forearm. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Agreed. But back and forth, hard-hitting action between both these behemoths. But it would be Yota Tsuji that didn't put away Gabe Kid with a Gene Blaster. He tried to. But it literally took a Boston Crab. Normally you don't see Yota Tsuji win by submission, but he was able to make Gabe Kid tap out to the Boston Crab. And Yota Tsuji is now a 2-time IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion. So congratulations to the man with $1 million smile. After the match was weird. So, first off, great sportsmanship between Yoda Tsuji and Gabe Kidd. You know, the handshake, the hug, the embrace. Enigma says Walls of Tsuji. Hey, I like it. Walls of Tsuji. I'll take it. And then Unaffiliated and the rest of the Bullet Club War Dogs come in, looking like they're about to start something, like they're about to brawl, like they were about to throw down, like the Outsiders. But then they shook hands and embraced each other with hugs. And the Unaffiliated and Bullet Club War Dogs were just vibing with each other. Like what the heck was that? Just, hey, we're cool now. We used to fight a bunch, but we're cool now. Yeah. Like, that was weird. Like, did anybody else find that ending weird? Like, what? Just like, hey, we're cool now. Hey, put it there. Yeah. Oh my God. It just, yeah. Yeah. That had Yoda Tsuji and Yudo Ice just vibing as well. Just like, what the heck? But nonetheless, great match, great finish, weird ending. Let's see. Blood Money says Tsuji wins. That means his next defense will be against Hiroshi Tanahashi on the Tanahashi Final Homecoming event on November 2nd. Yes, that is correct. Enigma says, I said the same thing in my review. War Dogs and Unaffiliated just shook hands and said, GG's. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. John Elite says that ending was weird. Yeah, very weird. Felt like the curtain call. Yeah, no kidding. Blood Money says, that's so weird having War Dogs and Unaffiliated join forces. Like, I couldn't tell if it was like joining forces off the bat or just like, okay, we're cool, you know, rivalry over, so to speak. But yeah, I don't know. Yes, this is a Mi Vida Loca t-shirt. It came in the other day. 2 days ago. No, came in the other day. But yeah, representing Mi Vida Loca. And then I don't know if I said it, but the match between Tsuji and Kid lasted 24 minutes, 13 seconds. And then the main event of the King of Pro Wrestling 2025 came down to the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship as the champion, Zack Sabre Jr., defended against the G1 Climax 35 winner, Konosuke Takeshita. Whoo-wee! This match was epic. It was phenomenal. And these two have excellent chemistry together. Match lasted 31 minutes, 16 seconds of pure greatness. And it definitely went down to the wire. Very enjoyable main event between two of the best in the world that just dominated that main event in Ryogoku. Enigma says, but yeah, that was weird. Definitely agree. Nice. Appreciate it. But it took an onslaught of Zack drivers and raging fire and neat, like, strikes here, strikes there, submission attempts here, which Zack Sabre Jr. almost had Takeshita. But It took one last devastating power drive knee strike to drop the front man of TMDK, the Young Punk. Young Punk. Done. As Takeshita, one last power drive knee strike, pinned him for the 1, 2, 3, and ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in his career, Konosuke Takeshita is IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. After a successful showing and winning the G1 Climax 35, he caps it off by winning the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship in Ryogoku. And then, of course, afterwards, look who comes out. Hiroki Goto for the challenge. Now, I'm not sure if this means that Hiroki Goto is going to challenge at Wrestle Kingdom or whatnot, but we do know Hiroki Goto wants that belt back. He wants that belt back. And I believe he's going to get his shot. Enigma says, this main event confirms that Takeshita is the other fusion half of Shinsuke, while Tsuji is the first half. You're telling me we got charisma and then strong styles? Shinsuke, Spirit in 2 matches. Ooh, I like that breakdown. That's a good breakdown. I can definitely dig that. But no, I agree. Okay. I'm going to say this. A lot of people are pissed that Konosuke Takeshita not only won the G1 Climax 35, but also won the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. I'm going to just be blunt. Y'all can get over it. He earned it. And Takeshita is showing why he's one of the best in the world. And he's been having an incredible year. Takeshita is that dude. Winning championships and married the magical girl. And he can eat all the Cinnabon he wants. Let the dude cook. Let the dude cook. He's having an excellent run. That triple contract, AEW, DDT, New Japan. Let him cook. Ricardo says, Takeshita becomes the third wrestler from DDT Pro Wrestling to have won the G1 Climax and the IWGP World title, right behind both Omega and Ibushi, although technically Omega belt was the IWGP Heavyweight title, but I still count it. Yeah, I'd count it too. I don't see why not. Logan James says, Konosuke Takeshita and Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. Wait, why would it be Okada? That doesn't make any sense. Why would it be Okada? No. That doesn't make any sense, Logan. Enigma says, my only regret is Sari couldn't retain. Could you imagine Sari and Takeshita holding Bushiroad top titles? That would be pretty incredible. That would have been pretty incredible. I'm hoping we don't do a double title match for the Global and IWGP. Oh, I hope not either. Oh man, that would suck. We already have had enough double title matches and double champions, and we got freaking Ultimo Monet. Ricardo says, if Takeshita and Okada face off, then it's probably at World's End for AEW. Yeah, that would make the most sense. Because there's no point in Okada to be back at Wrestle Kingdom. Especially not this soon. But King of Pro Wrestling 2025 awesome show. A gajillion times better than Bound for Glory, because I'm sorry, Bound for Glory was trash. With the exception of 1 or 2 matches, Bound for Glory was trash. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. Blizz, don't get me started, but that's a conversation for Discord. Yeah. Nah, I feel you. John Lee says Mercedes Monet becoming Thanos. Ew. Ricardo says Monet is now 10 belts Monet from what I've heard. Yeah, that's not a good thing, but yes, that's correct. Okay. And to finish off, y'all, we got to talk about this lineup. We got to talk about this lineup. So, hold on. Hold on. Hold on, give me 1 second. Dang it. I done lost my spot already? Hold up. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Got it. Okay. So we gotta talk about these oh Jesus. So the Super Junior Tag League teams have been confirmed. We got 12 of them. 2 blocks. 6 teams per block. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah. All right, let me bust this out. All right. We gotta talk. We gotta talk about this lineup of Super Junior Tag League teams. Ricardo says, what would you have in the lineup for Super Junior Tag League? If I had to put any team from AEW in the tournament, it would have been Top Flight. I mean, that would have been nice, but my thing is, put legit tag teams in there. You know, put legit combos in there. I'm sorry, but Gato and Hiromu Takahashi ain't a freaking legit combo. Clark Connors and Daiki Nagai, no. Tiger Mask and Yamato? No. Kushida and Yuki Yoshioka? No. Logan says, Io Sky and Mayu Iwatani's the main event at Mari Gold. Sorry to Utami. I mean, I get it, but it's unfortunate for Utami. Is Super Junior Tag League worth doing predictions? I mean, the most that I usually do is I'll give like a prediction of who I think will win the whole thing, and then I'll just recap. The standings here and there. But let's take a look at these teams. Let's take a look at these teams. Y'all ready for this? Here we go. Okay. Starting from the top. So, starting with the A block. At the top, we have the Skateboard Bros, Ryusuke Taguchi and Dragon Dia. This is their second entry and second consecutive, because they did do this last year. I mean, I'm okay with this one considering that they did compete as a team last year. So, from the article, it says, for the second consecutive year, Ryusuke Taguchi and Dragon Dia present a colorful combination of youth and experience. While last year's campaign ended in a 2-3 negative record for the side, impressive victories over Hiromu and Bushi and Connors and Maloney gave them a promising base to build in on 2025. In Dragon Gate, Dia is currently a Twin Gate Tag Team Champion and will be surprised to see his partner Yuki Yoshioka over in the B Block. Could the Dragon Gate Tag Team Champions end up facing off in the finals of New Japan's Junior Heavyweight Tag League? I doubt that, but I don't like the Skateboard Bros' chances, but I mean, at least they're a team that have competed before. So, it is what it is. Okay, so from the top left, let's shift to the right. You have Yo and Master Wado making their debut into this tournament. This is their first Super Junior Tag League together as a team, but they are the former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Ricardo says Gato will always put himself in a tournament. Yeah. Enigma says, excuse me, but WTF, did you just say, what are the teams? Gato and Clark and who? Oh, yeah. It's about to get bad, Enigma. No, wait, Time Death. Did Unaffiliated become a subgroup for War Dogs? If there were going to be a sub-faction to any group, it should have been LFI. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're a subgroup, but it's weird. It's really weird. That's how I really put it. But it's weird. And it's about to get worse, so buckle up. It's about to get worse. Okay, Yo and Master Wado, former IWGP Tag Team, Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. So it says this first time Super Junior Tag League combination is not entirely a new team. We know this. Forged on a personal level between Wado and Yo while both were on the shelf due to injury, and seeing success in April of this year when they deposed then tag champions Robbie Eagles and Kosei Fuchida. Yet Doki's sudden defection into House of Torture and combination with Sho would lead to a quick loss of the tag belts and a failure to regain in a rematch in Corcoran weeks later. Could SJTL see a road to redemption for these two? I don't know. Maybe. Ricardo says, based on this year's Super Junior Tag League, I'll be shocked if Ichiban Sweet Boys don't win the whole thing again. Oh, that was what I was saying to some of my other friends that I was talking to this about. So, yeah, I'm right there with you, Ricardo. Okay. Now, I want y'all to shift from the top middle to the top right. Look at that closely. Let me zoom in on this for you. Yeah, your eyes are not deceiving you. They literally have freaking Hiromu Takahashi teamed up with Gato for this tournament. Yeah. Why? Oh, I can't unsee that. I can't unsee that. Why is this even a team? Blood Money says, my prediction who wins the A block would be either Master Wado and Yo or Doki and Sho. B block winner could be Desperado and Kukai or Eagles and Fujita. Hey, when did TJP start wearing a mask? Oh, talking about Templario. Yeah, he is pretty tatted up, just like TJP. That's a good point. John Lee says Hiromu and Gato. Really? Yeah, yeah. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. This is real. This is real. I hate to see what the lineup is for World Tag League. Oh, don't even get me started. Gato is a top 3 war criminal. Yeah, no kidding. But let's see what this says. Says the other unique combination to come from this unaffiliated and War Dogs collaboration. So it's a collaboration. Hiromu Takahashi teams with Gato. Gato and David Finlay have to be the 2 biggest question marks when it comes to the surprise olive branch being extended between the groups, but for now adds a world-class tag team resume to Hiromu for SJTL. What? World-class tag team? No! No! Gato and Hiromu, that is not a world-class tag team. No. 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 Moving on. Let's go down a row back to the left side. And I can't believe this is a team. Look at this. Clark Connors and Daiki Nagai? Like, what? Why? 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 This is why we can't have nice things, y'all. This is why we can't have nice things. Ricardo says Gato must have forced somebody to say that. Yeah, no kidding. Enigma says Naito would have a stroke if he came back at KOPW and seeing LIJ shaking hands with the War Dogs. Oh, dude, whew. Yeah, it would not be pretty. Clark, you're better than this. Clark, politic harder, please. Let him know how you feel, Enigma. Let him know. So let's see what this description says. It says, King of Pro Wrestling saw a shocking mending of fences and handshakes of mutual respect for unaffiliated and the War Dogs. While this can't be described as a merger of any kind, it is allowing for a pair of unique sides in the Super Junior Tag League, with Clark Connors and Daiki Nagai being one. Nagai has long had the attention of the War Dogs thanks to his brash attitude, and this combination with the fast-living and hard-hitting Connors should see the young lion reach the next level. Huh? What? I mean, okay? I guess, like, well, whatever. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Okay, moving to the middle here, we got United Empire's Templario and Jacob Austin Young. Well, at least these two are in the same faction. At least this is a little bit better, but yeah. Making their debut entry. And Enigma says, I don't care. Go to AEW, join the madness, Clark. Oh dear, that's funny. Okay. So United Empire. It says, a complicated state for the United Empire, muddled by Callum Newman's absence since the G1 Climax, and Great-O-Khan's defeat in Kobe to Hiroshi Tanahashi, has been further exacerbated by a wrist injury for Francesco Akira that has led to the United Empire fielding just one team in the league this year in the form of Templario and Jacob Austin Young. Templario is still one half of the NJPW Strong Tag Team Champions, and whether with TJP or Jacob Austin Young is sure to be very effective. Meanwhile, after a perceived snub from the Best of Super Junior entry this year, Jacob Austin Young has made massive strides that should be set to continue in his first NJPW tournament. Yeah, it is kind of weird that it's not Templario and TJP, since they are the strong tag champs. But at least they're in the same faction. Logan says if Sari returns to Marigold, there might be a tease between Io Sky and Sari next year. That would be an amazing moment for fans. I mean, yeah, that'd be cool. Sari and Io Sky, I'd be down. Yeah, sure, why not? But a lot can happen in a year, so we'll have to see. And then finally, we have, to top off the A block, right here on the middle to the right, we have the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions of House of Torture's Doki and Sho. Which, Doki is also, a double champ as well. It says, now 3 defenses deep and bolstered yet further by Doki's highly contested IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship victory, Doki and Sho are the team to beat in this year's Super Junior Tag League. While Sho's constant provocation of the fans is contemptible, and the tactics employed by the champions are as questionable as ever, the House of Torture duo has managed to hang on to the gold since June, by hook and by crook. Will they find a way to add Super Junior Tag League trophies to their growing collection? I mean, I hate to say it, especially considering I like Doki, despite him being in House of Torture. I would have to agree that, honestly, I think either this team or Yo Master Wado would be the team to make it out of the A block to the finals. But like I said, I'm already not a fan of the lineup for the A block. Like, the lineup is just bad. It's just really bad. Especially with 2 teams in there that make absolutely no freaking sense. So, but that is the A block. Now let's go to the B block. And this is even more weird and random. So for the B block, we're going to start right here to the middle left side here. We have the combination of El Desperado and Kukai. I think I said that right. If not, please correct me. Debut entry team. It says, when given his choice of partner for Super Junior Tag League, and with a pair of title matches involving Doki on his docket on the road to King of Pro Wrestling this month, El Desperado chose someone who shared past Mexican independence roots with him and Japones de Mal. That led him to Kukai. Michinoku Pro trained and Mexican forged. This dynamic new talent came within a hair of capturing tag gold alongside Desperado in his first NJPW championship match. Now, this duo could easily be a pre-tournament favorite as they hunt for another crack at the champions. Okay, so they have history together. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. They have history together. No problem. I can be cool with that. I can be cool with that. Alright, shift over to the middle here. And this is a team that makes no sense to me whatsoever. And it's Tiger Mask and Yamato from Dragon Gate. Like, really? Tiger Mask and Yamato? Really? Why? Like, why? I don't know either, High Score Run, why they're using Tiger Mask again. I have no idea. I wish I knew. But let's see what the description says. It says, it isn't just Dragon Dia representing Dragon Gate and Super Junior Tag League 2025, as two more members of their roster form two of the most intriguing teams in the tournament. Yamato last appeared in the Cerulean Blue last year for Shingo Takagi's anniversary event, but before that wrestled in the 2009 Best of Super Junior and Super J Cup tournaments. That led to a handful of tag team matches alongside Tiger Mask's nemesis, Black Tiger, but now he pairs up with Tiger Mask himself as the veteran masked man prepares for retirement next summer with his final Super Junior Tag League. I mean, that's still a weird pairing. Enigma says Despy was probably going to ask Jun Kasai, but Jun found out he couldn't turn it into a death match. Nice. Yeah, that pairing would have made a lot more sense, but you pose a good point. You pose a very good point. Oh, I'd be all over that matchup. I love it. Well, I guess this explanation, it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. If that, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Shifting over to the right, we have the combo of Kushida and Yuki Yoshioka. Yeah, that's right. Not Kushida and Kevin Knight of the Intergalactic Jet Setters. Not Kushida and Alex Shelley of the Time Splitters. But Kushida and Yuki Yoshioka. Let's see what this says. Says the other fresh Dragon Gate side sees Yuki Yoshioka. I wonder if he's related to Seki Yoshioka. Make his NJPW debut alongside Kushida. Kushida has a keen eye for talent in tag team competition, most recently felt with his successes alongside Kevin Knight, and this year's league sees him pick the 31-year-old Dragon Gate star. Yoshioka may have keen eyes on the opposite block. His D-Courage Twin Gate Championship partner is over in the A block, referring to Dragon Dia. That connection may motivate him to a finals meeting, as will the site of the finals in Gifu. Yoshioka shares the same Ogaki City hometown as Yuto Ice and Hiroshi Tanahashi, and the November 2nd event could represent a homecoming for him as well. Interesting. Enigma says, didn't Kevin Knight say he was going to go heavyweight? Oh, did he? See, I didn't even know that. But if so, then that would explain it. If that's the case, then that would explain it. Well, fair enough. Okay. And then we go to the bottom all the way to the left, and we have last year's winners, the Ichiban Sweet Boys from TMDK of Robbie Eagles and Kosei Fujita, making their third consecutive, and not only were they last year's winners, but they ended up winning the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships later on that year at Wrestle Kingdom 19, which I was there for that. Definitely the team in the B block, that's the biggest threat for obvious reasons. The description says, last year's Super Junior Tag League winners Kosei Fujita and Robbie Eagles illustrated the significance of this tournament when they went on to convert their success into ladder match victory at Wrestle Kingdom 19 to become IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. This year they look to go back-to-back and in the process get themselves closer to revenge over Doki and Sho after a handful of tights was all that prevented them from regaining tag gold in Sapporo this September. But yeah, I definitely think they have a good chance to repeat. And, you know, Kosei Fujita has been on a roll because remember, last year, not only did he win this, you know, Super Junior Tag League, but don't forget, he also won the Best of the Super Juniors as well. So, dude's definitely been on a roll. But like I said, I like the Ichiban Sweet Boys. I've met Robbie Eagles twice, by the way. But yeah, Ichiban Sweet Boys. Don't sleep on them. Okay, let's go to the bottom middle. And we have Bullet Club War Dogs team of Taiji Ishimori and Robbie X, who did compete together last year. So this is their second entry, second consecutive. Says, with fresh teams filling up the roster this year, experience as a duo will be key for the Ichiban Sweet Boys, and for this combination of Robbie X and Taiji Ishimori formed last year. Even in their first time as a duo, the War Dogs pair was able to end last year's tournament with a 3-2 winning record, and with an extra year of team experience under their belts, might junior tag belts be close in their future? This is the other team that I think could be a threat as well. You know, I think they may be a sleeper to win the B block. You know, like I said, they've teamed up before. They did pretty good last year, so, you know, pretty straightforward. And yes, Enigma, that's a good point. Taiji Ishimori is a tag team specialist for sure. And then last and very, very, very least, because we just have to have House of Torture represented on both blocks, is the freaking combination of Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Dick Togo, which on paper is a trash combination anyway. They just happen to be in the same dumb, lame brain faction of House of Torture. Rounding out the field are Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Dick Togo. This combination of the most cunning and devious competitors in the junior heavyweight wrestling has to be one to be cautious of. Just what lengths and depths will this duo be willing to extend to? Which I didn't even know Dick Togo was a junior heavyweight, but whatever. But yeah. Those are your 12 teams for this year's Super Junior Tag League, and like I said, it is a ginormous letdown. It is a ginormous letdown. I mean, out of these 12 teams, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that either don't make any sense at all or are kind of weak. Enigma says, I remember when Kanemaru was an uncle figure to Poi. What happened to that man? Beats me. He's in House of Torture, where he sucks even more. That's the way I see it. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll be keeping up and following this tournament, you know, just for review sake and whatnot, but oh my god, man, just this is just not a good lineup. it's not a good lineup. I hate to say it, but it's not a good lineup for this year. Freaking Gato and Hiromu? Really? Really? Like, I just can't unsee that. I can't unsee that. Jeez Louise. You know, I really hope the Pro Wrestling Noah Junior Tag League ends up like just ending up being 10 times better. Because I don't know if y'all have heard, but the Pro Wrestling Noah announced the Junior Grand Prix 2025, which will be held across 5 events from starting November 8th in Corcoran Hall through November 21st in Sendai. Entry numbers and wrestlers will be announced soon. So I really hope the Noah Junior Grand Prix 2025, as well as the Stardom, the 15th Goddess of Stardom Tag League, hopefully will be a gajillion times better. And maybe the world... Honestly, I don't even have hope for the World Tag League. After seeing this travesty, I don't even have a good feeling that the World Tag League will have good teams. Enigma says, I pray Goddess Tag League is better than this. Oh, dude, I'll be praying with you. I have no hope in the Heavyweight Tag League, so save us Wonder... Yes, save us World Wonder Ring Stardom, because, yeah, like, oh my God. Just... But, yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. Couple of other miscellaneous news. Saya Kamatani has confirmed that she will be competing at Wrestle Kingdom 20. Against who? No idea. J-Rod, TJPW, she'll compete at All Rise against the winner of Miyu Watanabe and Yuki Aino for the Princess of Princess Championship. So that just got confirmed. So, yeah, should be interesting. Which Yuki Aino will get her title shot at Additional Attack. And also, shout out to Alex Crowley, who will get her shot at the International Princess Championship, of course, held by Aris Endo. Ober Eats will defend the tag titles against Hot Shot, which is Toga and Yuna Manase. Enigma says the 2 guys that faked being junior heavyweights. Yeah. Was we about to see Drilla and Takagi team up? Honestly, that you might have something there. You might have something there. But, and also, still no update on Mocha Miyamoto. Here it is, October, y'all. Still no update on Mocha Miyamoto. I am starting to get concerned. Here we are, the middle of October, still no update on Mocha Miyamoto. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah. Anyway. shout out to Tatum Paxley, the new #1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship. Shout out to her. Yeah, that's pretty much all that I have. Random picture of Sari Namba. But yeah, I think that'll do it for this live stream. But just to recap, TNA Bound for Glory 2025, trash. New Japan Pro Wrestling's King of Pro Wrestling 2025, awesome. The lineup of teams for the Super Junior Tag League, but yeah. Enigma says, now that Mirai has left Marigold, how fast do you think we will see her somewhere new? So you know what I was thinking, Enigma? You remember how quick Mifu Ashita went from Ice Ribbon to TJPW? So she had her last match in Ice Ribbon at Ribbon Mania 2024. I was there for that show. And TJPW's first show of 2025 was on January 4th, the same day as Wrestle Kingdom 19. You know, I went to the Tej show, which was earlier that morning before Wrestle Kingdom, and Mifu Ashita made her debut in Tej and was announced that she signed to Tej. Only a couple of days later. So don't be surprised if a similar sort of turnout happens for Mirai. Just saying, whether it's back to Stardom, whether she goes to TJPW because she has some experience there, or she goes freelance, goes overseas. It makes me wonder if she's even made a decision yet. But honestly, I'd say give it a couple of days. I think she pops up somewhere. But we shall see. We shall see. But or Enigma says, welcome back to God's Eye. I mean, shoot. God's Eye with 11 members? I'm down. Reunite the, oh my goodness. What was the name of Ami Sourei and Mirai's tag team? Oh my God, I've already forgotten it. Oh. Dang it, I should know this. I already forgot that tag team name. Oh, I feel so bad. Crap. I've already forgotten it. New Eras. Thank you, Enigma. Thank you, Enigma. The New Eras. Dang it. Felt so bad. But hey, reunite the New Eras. You know, they could do that. Totally. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think that'll do it for tonight. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna finish up a couple of things and then but yeah, so anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming out and joining me for this live stream. for those that catch the archive of this, let me know what your thoughts were. What did y'all think of TNA Bound for Glory 2025? What did y'all think of New Japan's King of Pro Wrestling 2025? And how do y'all feel about this year's Super Junior Tag League teams? Let me know your thoughts there. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, all of the above. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's live stream. For another pro wrestling talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming, my name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed day tomorrow, and I will see y'all in the next video and our live stream. Peace.